Now, why don't we flip over and I'll do a little of one ear so you can see how to get the flow of this long hair. This is the short hair. The long hair requires a little bit different technique. So let's switch. Let me get the paint out of this brush and we'll move to our round brush again. And we'll start the detailing of her ears. Now remember, her ear's inside out here. I'm going to flip it so it looks more like that one. So I'm going to reverse this a little bit and make this dark instead of light. So I'm going to take a little of the burnt umber and I'm going to mix a dark brown. Now what I want to do is I want to add a little of this alizarin crimson to it, because alizarin and burnt umber put together makes just the most beautiful rich brown. And it really warms it up with that kind of maroon color in it. Now, can you see how the round brush creates the long sweeping strokes? That's going to make her hair look long and silky, because it is. She's got the prettiest long ears. And I'm going to take this burnt umber, alizarin crimson mix, and I'm going to put it in these dark areas with these sweeping strokes, because this shows the direction that her hair is going in the ears. I'm going to put a little bit more of the red in it. And I'm going to come over to this side too and start putting the darks in her ears over here as well. At this stage, you want to add some water to your paint, because we're not trying to get coverage because we've already covered the canvas. So now I'm just trying to get the brush strokes to flow. And since we're doing long hair, you can see I'm using these quick strokes. And the paint's got to be able to move with me. Now you can see just by doing this a little bit on the ears how much more realistic the painting's starting to appear. That's why I like this stage of the game so much, because once you hit that awkward stage, it's human nature to believe that the painting isn't going to turn out, because quite frankly, it just looks that bad. I mean, it just has to go through that stage. And there's times when, even when I'm working and I know better, and I look at the awkward stage and it's just like, oh gosh, how's that ever going to turn into anything? But it does. It's just patience and more paint. Unfortunately, there's an awful lot of people that stop at that stage, and that breaks my heart, because if only they knew how much more control they really have. Makes me sad to think that people don't really learn how to enjoy it like this, just because they never had anybody show them through that awkward stage. It's just really so much fun. Can you see how my brush strokes are just replicating the hair shape? And another thing is loosen up a little bit, because, you know, some of her hair curl is important to who she is, because, you know, she has these little wings that come off her face here. That's important, and if I didn't have that, it just wouldn't look like Penny. But otherwise, you know, some of these curls are just incidental. You know, they're going to change from moment to moment. So if you don't have it exact, who cares? You know, one wind blow and it's going to look different from the photo anyway. So focus on the things that are really characteristic to your pet, that without it, it wouldn't be your pet. And then the other stuff, wing it. Just fake it. It doesn't have to be exact. I always tell my students, you know, references are just that. We use photos to refer to and to look at, but we're not trying to be human copy machines. You know, what's the point? If you like this photo so much and you wanted it to be exact, blow it up and pop it in a frame. Who needs to paint it if it's going to be that much like it? So have fun with it and be free. and have fun. That's the main thing. Have fun. Now you can see I'm getting an awful lot of dark here. So now I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to do the same thing and add some of the light areas. Let me finish just this little part over here. Okay, let's switch, and now I'll put in some of the other colors. Some of the lighter tones, we can play them off the dark. Again, add enough water that your paint's going to move for you. This is not dry brushing at this stage. This is very fluid, very movable paint.